A 10-day ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon has come into effect, offering a temporary pause after weeks of intense fighting along the border. The truce was announced by US President Donald Trump, who confirmed the agreement, who also includes the Iran-backed group Hezbollah. Separate gunfire was heard in parts of Beirut as the ceasefire began, reflecting relief among civilians after a week of deadly clashes. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel agreed to the ceasefire to advance diplomatic efforts with Lebanon.
אני נעניתי לקריאה הזאת, והסכמתי לפסק זמן, או יותר נכון, להפסקת אש זמנית של 10 ימים, כדי לנסות לקדם את ההסכם שהתחלנו לדון בו עם פגישת השגרירים בוושינגטון. בשיחות השלום האלה יש לנו 2 דרישות יסודיות. 1, פירוק חיזבאללה מנשקו. 2, הסכם שלום בר קיימא, שלום מתוך עוצמה. כדי להשיג את הפסקת האש, חיזבאללה התעקש על 2 תנאים. התנאי הראשון, ישראל חייבת לסגת מכל שטחה של לבנון, עד הגבול הבינלאומי. תנאי שני, הפסקת אש במתכונת שקט תמורת שקט. לא הסכמתי לא לזה ולא לזה, ואכן שני התנאים האלה אינם מתקיימים. אנחנו נשארים בלבנון ברצועת ביטחון מעובה. זה לא 5 הנקודות שהיו לפני שהגעת הערים. זה רצועת ביטחון שמתחילה בים וממשיכה עד הר דוב ומבואות החרמון עד גבול סוריה. רצועת ביטחון של 10 קילומטר עובי, שהיא הרבה יותר חזקה, הרבה יותר עצימה, הרבה יותר רצופה והרבה יותר מוצקה ממה שהיה לנו קודם לכן.
However, he also made clear that Israeli troops will remain inside a security zone in southern Lebanon, suggesting that tensions on the ground may continue despite the truce. Lebanese Prime Minister Nawaf Salam welcomed the ceasefire, saying ending hostilities had been one of Lebanon's central demands since the start of the war. The agreement follows recent diplomatic contacts between Lebanese and Israeli officials in the United States, the first such engagement between the two countries in decades. President Trump has also invited leaders from both countries to the White House for potential talks aimed at moving the process forward. Reactions to the ceasefire have been mixed. In Israel, opposition leader Yair Lapid criticized the agreement, saying conflict should only end once the threat to Israeli communities near the Lebanese border is permanently removed. Israel's ambassador to the United Nations, Danny Damon, said the situation would be closely monitored and warned that Israel would respond if it felt threatened. Across the region, several governments welcomed the truce. Saudi Arabia said it supports Lebanon's sovereignty and praised Lebanese leaders for pursuing diplomatic solutions to the conflict. Oman welcomed the ceasefire, stressing the importance of all sides respecting its terms and avoiding violations. Bahrain also praised diplomatic efforts that helped reach the agreement and expressed hope the move would help stabilize the region. Jordan, meanwhile, highlighted the role played by Lebanon's leadership and reaffirmed its support for the Lebanese state in extending control across its territories and strengthening national institutions. Iran's foreign ministry also welcomed the ceasefire, describing it as a part of broader efforts to pause the regional conflict. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen on Thursday welcomed the announcement of a 10-day ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon, reiterating that Europe would continue to call for respect for Lebanese territorial integrity. Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif welcomed the announcement of a ceasefire in Lebanon, expressing hope that it would lead to lasting peace in the wider region. He said the truce, facilitated through diplomatic efforts led by US President Donald Trump, could pave the way for a sustainable resolution. Sharif also reaffirmed Pakistan's support for Lebanon's sovereignty and territorial integrity, adding that Islamabad would continue to back all efforts aimed at securing long-term peace. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres also welcomed the truce, urging all parties to fully respect its terms and expressing hope that the pause in fighting could pave the way for further negotiations. French President Emmanuel Macron voiced support for the ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah, while warning it risked being undermined by ongoing military operations. He also called for the protection of civilians, urging Hezbollah to renounce its weapons and Israel to respect Lebanon's sovereignty. Meanwhile, the UK reaffirmed its backing for Lebanon during the first ministerial visit since the recent escalation. Middle East Minister Hamish Falconer announced over £20 million in humanitarian aid during a visit to Beirut, where he met Lebanese leaders and stressed the need for a ceasefire to extend to Lebanon. Humanitarian organizations said the truce offers a crucial moment of relief for civilians. According to international rescue committees, the conflict has killed more than 2,100 people in Lebanon, injured thousands more, and displaced over 1 million people. Age Group says ceasefire must be used to expand humanitarian access and create space for lasting political solution.